All right, everybody, welcome back here on Tuesday night doing some more chemistry. It's good to see some people here. I see there's 18 folks here right now. I wasn't sure if there would be anybody here since it's so kind of late towards the holidays. But we're going to do some stuff here on memorizing polyatomic ions and also how do you memorize things? What's the best way? And I'm going to share a really cool piece of software with you. So say hello in the chat, and we're also going to do exam prep after we'll spend about 10 minutes on memorizing stuff. We're going to do some exam prep and say hi in the chat and let me know, excuse me, let me know if you still have an exam coming up, what day it is. Always interesting. I see Jordan's there. Hey, Jordan, welcome, welcome. So I did this little thumbnail here and I used Midjourney again to produce the image, and I thought it was really interesting. Um, it came up with, it looks like a chemistry lab, but it's got these kind of Kool-Aid looking containers here that I've never seen in a lab. So that's what Midjourney thinks about a chemistry lab here for you. Hey, Taylor, welcome, welcome. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we talk about memorizing stuff for a few minutes, and then I'll just take exam prep type stuff and try to direct you to things that'll help you along. I see Daisy's here, Kodo Fusion's here, so we're doing quite well for December 20th. All right. So memorizing stuff, right? When you want to memorize polyatomic ions, your goal, your big goal is to be able to do this so when you have an exam or you're doing problems, you don't even think about it. Just it comes right into your head, you just do it. It doesn't slow you down. So that's what we want, because if you can do things quicker, that gives you an edge on exams. So hey, there's Isabella, excellent. Oh, Taylor, your exams are in January, so all right. So I did a video on memorizing polyatomic ions, and I watched it tonight and I was like, that's a really good video. So I'm going to put that in the chat. You can go back to that later. Let's just put it in the chat here. So you can go back to that later. It's a really good video on polyatomic ions, but these are the ones that I really recommend that you learn. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one of the ways that you can learn the other ones, it's kind of nice. If you look at sulf-8, it ends in ATE. Oops, there we go. It ends in ATE. And if you have things that end in ATE, if you just take one oxygen off of them, they end in ITE. So SO4 2 minus, that's sulf-8. SO3 2 minus is sulfite. So we just take an oxygen off, and then we add ite to the end. I think of it as the 8 is the greater one. If you have nitrate here, NO3 minus, if you have NO2 minus, can you figure out what you have? Nitrite, because it's one less oxygen. So the video, it talks about those things there. So that should help you as you try to memorize. But here's the cool thing. This is what got me through organic chemistry. Without this, I don't know what would have happened in organic chemistry. So they have these systems. It's called a Lightener system. It's really old. It's been around for a long time. But what you do is you make flashcards. So you'd have nitrate on the other side, and this would be NO3. And you have a schedule, like you almost have boxes. So you have your nitrate here, and then you try to see if you remember it. So nitrate is NO3 minus. So I would say, yeah, I got that. So I would move it to the next box. And then I'd do the other one. If I got it wrong, I would keep it here. Then that next Tuesday or Thursday, I would do this. If I get it right, I move it to the other box. If I get it wrong, it goes back here. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Lightener system. If you had, let me know in the chat there. It's awesome. For organic chemistry, the mechanisms and the nomenclature, or anything in general chemistry you have to memorize, polyatomic ions or units, really powerful. So I want to show you the software. There's free software that does all this for you. It's called KiWeb on KiWeb. I'm going to drop that in the chat for you there too. So you download this, it works on your phone or your desktop, and they have all kinds of sets of flashcards for like the NEAT exam or for the AP exam or for the MCAT. People have made all these flashcards up that you can actually just use. So you can search for them, and it's really, really cool. So I'm going to try to open the app up and show it to you. How many people use flashcards when they're studying? See if this opens. There it is. So this is one for MCAT, if you're taking the MCAT. This is, I just made this one up myself. I wish I could, yeah, I can make it bigger. So OH minus. What polyatomic ion do we have for OH minus? So you click show answer. It tells you you've got the hydroxide ion. And if it was easy, you click easy, and then they don't show you the card for another 3 days. If it's hard, it'll show it to you again real soon. Do you remember what the nitrate ion is? NO3 minus? Yeah, so for me, that's pretty good. And so you keep going through this until all of the cards are gone, and then it'll tell you you're done, and then you come back the next day and you do it again. So if you are really into flashcards on KiWeb, that is a really powerful tool. And you can search it for all kinds of stuff. All right, so I just wanted to show you that as a study aid, and then just answering any questions you have. So what chemistry questions do you have for me that I can help you with this evening? So Daisy, your exam is on Thursday. Wow, that's soon. No questions? Wow, this is a quiet evening, and it looks like I'm kind of freezing up on my my control panel here. I don't know if you're seeing me freeze up. All right, well, let me show you this here. If you are getting ready for your exam, this is a list I put together, and it's pinned right at the top of the stream. So you can get all of these playlists for pretty much most of the things you need to know. Like here's my molecular geometry playlist. And it goes through all kinds of the big video, all the practice videos. Or if you're interested in resonance, there's videos that have formal charge and resonance structures. All that stuff is right here on this page that's at the top of the chat. Jordan asks, is there memorization for molecular geometry? You've got to be able to do Lewis structures. Often teachers will let you look things up. I would say that it would be good to know the different types of like tetrahedral, what a tetrahedral structure looks like, that methane's tetrahedral, that water is a bent shape. And definitely spend some time just doing the Lewis structures and trying to predict what you have and then checking your answer. That's the way I manage that. Isabella, you got a 36 out of 35 on your chem final. Wow, that's really good. That's I wish I did that when I was in school. I was kind of a mediocre student. I was all right, but after I got out, I really started getting into doing chemistry in a lab, and then I saw that it was really valuable to learn all the theory really deeply because I could use it to solve problems. And that was kind of exciting for me. Yeah, no one's BUTX1. It's a really slow night. We usually have a few more folks here. I think it's because most people's exams are done. I'm not sure what's going on, but I told folks I would be here, so here I am. I like using this app here for the molecular geometry too. I think this is nuts. Like if you want to really understand molecular geometry, so here we have a linear molecule, and then I would try to predict what happens when I add another one. and I can see I end up with that trigonal planar. Maybe if I add a lone pair, can really see what's going on there with that. And it tells you, you can also look at the electron geometry here. Let me throw that in the chat if anybody is interested in that. Cool. PChem, BUTX1. PChem is hard. PChem is just straight up hard. I mean, that's the best thing to do with that is get a group of people together and work every problem you can and try to get some past exams. Because different PChem teachers, they tend to put the same questions again and again just because it's a lot of work to make the key to check it. That's my experience. Hey, Loretta, good to see you. Good to see you. OChem next semester. So Isabella, for OChem, what really worked for me for OChem was I made flashcards, and I'd have a stack of flashcards with me, and I would just, in that, I didn't have a cell phone at that time, and just have them in my pocket, and just in my spare time I would do it. And by spacing out that repetition, I found that I learned really well, and I got A's in OChem without much problem because it's mostly memorization. And that app I showed you, they have organic chemistry, what they call decks of like all the naming, the functional groups, the mechanisms. People have made those up, so you don't even really have to make it. That's what I would recommend. And don't be nervous about OChem. It's a lot of information. It's not super hard. It's just a lot. I wonder if I can find a. If I go to, I'm going to see if I can find an OChem one. Where is it at? All right. Maybe I can't find it. So you can search this here for like OChem. Oh, maybe that doesn't do it. Maybe I have to, yeah, I guess you have to be in the app. I'm not in the app right now. You can search for it, but it's pretty good. Any more questions for me? It's kind of a quiet night. A few people got their exams coming up, and yeah. So what did I major in? I majored in chemistry. That was my major. I studied in the US and Spain for a while. I had a minor in Spanish, and then my doctorate is in teaching science, is in science education and researching how people learn. So that's where I did that at University of Maryland, College Park here in the US. Well, no more questions for me. If y'all have questions, otherwise I think I'm going to call it an evening. It's kind of quiet. All right. Well then I'll maybe come back. I'll maybe skip next week and then be back the following week. And I hope everybody has good holidays and oh, chemical engineering. Yeah, that's hardcore. I hope everybody has some good holidays there and 2024. That's crazy to me. So we're looking forward to a good year. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night. As always, this is Dr. B, and thanks for watching. Hello, WolfX. You say, wait. All right, I'll wait for a minute. What do you got? Where am I? I don't even know where I'm at. Here I am. I'm back. What do you got for me? Hello, Wolfnex. Thank you, Loretta, and I will see you soon. All right, Kelvin. I'm eagerly awaiting what Hello Wolfx wants to know. Thanks, Kelvin. Clevin. Am I saying it right? I'm trying my hardest. Since high school. Wow. Where are you at now? Are you in college now? All right, hello, WolfieX. I'm waiting on your question, but I'm growing weary. Tell you what, hello, WolfieX. You can just, oh, did you, yeah, there you go. No. Oh, I got the pronunciation right. Wow. I'm not going to try the last name, though. Hello, WolfieX. You can just email me. There's my email with your question, because I think I'm gonna call it an evening. Good night, everybody.